So we're hanging out in the void mouse dragged section that lets us declare things when the mouse is dragged. Now I have this still up in the background. I'm going to go ahead and minimize that window because I don't want to worry about it. Now we've played around with this big circle in the middle. Let's look at these extra little circles. Now it seems like I've got a bunch of code here, and I do, but I made it easy on myself. I didn't need to actually write all this code over and over again. What I actually did is I just copied this, and I copied and pasted it here, and I started to play around with it. So I wanted a bunch of extra little circles around this big one that would be kind of texture or like a splatter paint. So I created more circles, and I changed their fill, which is their fill color. So you'll see this one is a little different. So 1 to 155 for the red value with a random, 200 to 250 for the green value, and the last one is random between 10 and 150 for the blue value. And I left the size of this at 100. I decided not to let, 100 is not the size. 100 is how transparent it is. So this has 4 values instead of 3. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and comment out these. I'm going to go ahead and put right above this fill, I'm going to put a star, forward slash star. I'm going to go after this last one, and I'm going to go star forward slash. So we're only going to see this big circle and this little one. If I hit the play, you'll see that I get this extra little circle as I move around. Sometimes it's brighter and sometimes it's softer than other times, and it's doing these random colors. Or it's not sometimes brighter and softer, that's based on these, but it's never going to be fully transparent or fully opaque. So this, since it goes up to 255, this is a little under half the brightness of it, or half the transparency. So transparency is how invisible or visible something is. Now I changed the blend mode to darkest, and I did some playing around with the circle, with the actual circle's position. I kept mouseX, mouseY, and random for the size, but I added to it mouseX plus a random value of -3 or 3. So what that's saying is, where my mouse is, it will be there, but it might be 3 this way, or 3 pixels this way, or anywhere in between. With the mouseY, it's keeping the same up and down vertical thing, but it might be 3 below, it might be 3 above, or anywhere in between. And the size is really small. It's between 3 and 7. So when I look at this, let's go ahead and look, and I play it around. It's kind of still towards the center here. But if I X that out, let's say mouseX plus random. I'm going to make this random. Instead of -3, -30 and 30. And same with this, -30 and 30. And for the random, make it 30 and 70. So this should be much more drastic. When I hit the play button and we look, oh, look at that. It's much bigger. So that's that second circle in the middle, which is huge now. Now maybe I make this -300 to 300. -300 to 300. And we'll see it's going to be even more spread out when we play this code. So see, it's like way all over the place now. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's just like bonkers all over the place. It's like we're just splattering stuff everywhere. So I kept it really subtle when I did this. I'm going to hit X. Now, for the rest of these, I didn't recode all this stuff a bunch. I just went ahead and selected this all, and I hit Command C, Command V to make another version of it. Now this is exactly the same, but because there's random values, you'll notice that randomness is going to make it even more random. But I can go ahead and change this. Instead of darkest, let's go ahead and make this screen. Whoops, screen. So now this one should be brighter. Play or run. So yeah, see how that one's even brighter now? The other one was on darkest, so we get these darker values, and now we get these brighter values. Yeah, it's starting to look kind of bonkers and wacky. Now that's what I did for all of these down here. I'm going to go ahead and just delete this, and I'm going to go ahead and delete that, and delete that to uncomment stuff out. Let's go ahead and move these back to -3 to 3, because I like to start fresh every time I do anything. But go ahead and experiment with some of these numbers and see what happens, and see if you can get it to look really bonkers and cool and strange. Let's hit the run. All right. In the next video, we're going to finish up by looking over mouse pressed.